Right guys, we've Scotch eggs today. I'm only making 4, and I'll tell you the reason why in a minute. Because you can make them as and when, you don't have to do a big batch. Just purely simply the way that I do them. I prepped everything just to save some time. So we've got the flour there. I season my flour because that's where I prefer to put the salt in the flour. I've got an egg wash and we've got breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs I do myself. I tend to buy these cheaper breads when they're going just out of date from the supermarket. You get them for 20, 30, 40p. And then I just put them in the oven, dry them out, put them through the food processor, and that's what you get. Once they're dried out, they last forever. Just give me a second, I'll show you. That's what I've got left. I've done about 10 and I've still got that left. So I tended to put it in a bag. It just keeps everything dry and they last forever. The sausage meat, the wrap, I buy the sausage squares. They tend to have a very good taste, good colour, but each one does one Scotch egg. You just need to damp your hands to wrap it up, but we'll get that. I've got the deep fat fryer on ready going. That's on 130 degrees centigrade. That'll probably be about 260, double at 30, probably about 290 Fahrenheit for anybody that works in Fahrenheit, I think. Don't quote me on it. So let's go ahead and get the first two done. Get this put down. I'll go here, so. So the first thing to do is wrap. We're going to wrap the egg. So, damp my hands because it's works a little bit better. Just a little bit of moisture, a little bit more, and then you just mould this around the egg, squashing and squeezing. Making sure it's fully sealed. A little bit more water. It just helps seal the edges of the water. It just makes it more malleable. You can just get it done. I say one square does each egg, and just give it a roll. It'll seal the seams that you sort of trying to get. But don't worry too much about it. It's just the better you get the seams, they won't split so much when you fry them. So that's one done. I'll just pop this on the thing. I'm going to do two. So I've wetted my hands again. I'll start to mould it. Quite a bit more water. Don't worry about it if it gets a bit wet because it's going to go into flour anyway. The flour will take up the moisture, and then you've got to put it into the egg wash and the breadcrumbs. So don't worry too much about it. You know, but, as I say, I do think it's important to make sure you season the flour. Just a better taste. It's easier than trying to season breadcrumbs or season an egg wash. Tiny bit more water just to get these edges to seal. Because the more you can seal it, the better. I think this one's nearly about done. So that's the first two. That's the first two done. So we're just going to, for the purpose of this video, we're going to do two, so it's not too long for you. So I've got two there, all done. So a good cutting of flour. Into the egg wash. Really coat it well, because this is what's going to make the breadcrumbs stick. Into the breadcrumbs. And if you really like the thicky crunchy breadcrumb, pop it back in the egg wash. I'll do this one now just to show you. You can pop it back in the egg wash. Another little egg wash. Sorry, I've got this tap going. Sorry about that. And then you can just go again. That will just give an extra coat in the breadcrumb. Give it a bit more crisp on the outside. So again, into the flour. Good egg wash. Make sure it's all covered, because if it's not, the breadcrumbs are not going to stick and you'll get gaps. That's a good coat in the breadcrumbs. And I'll just do this one on one coating. That's sort of how we like it. And it's crispy enough by the time the sausage meat crisps up anyway. So I'll just wash my hands. And I'll get you to the fryer. The fryer's at 10. I'm going to put one in. And second one in. I'll give them a few minutes at that while we do the other two. So there you go, wet hands. Bit of moisture. So it seems to be breaking up a little bit like this, you know, what's going on. Don't worry about it, just wet your hands again, get a bit more moisture on. But sometimes the sausage meat can dry out when it's sitting out. If it's sitting on the bench, if your house is warm, it will dry out, but the bit of water on your hands will all bring it back together. Nice and easy. There you go. It's all come together now, getting malleable, soft. I don't know where I got malleable from, but it's an old word. It's all getting soft now. So you just spread out them joins and thing. And there you go. And into the flour. Into the egg wash, which is one egg is going to be fine. I did add a little tiny bit of milk to the egg wash. It just stretches it out a little bit rather than use a whole nother egg. And then just just squeezing the breadcrumbs. Same again. Water. Becomes malleable again. Now you'll have bits on your hands. It is sticky, it is messy. But don't worry if it transfers, because it's what you're putting on anyway. Get this done, and then we'll be time to flip the Scotch so it's already in. So a little bit there, so we'll just keep working it, and evenly covered. All done. Back in the flour. Back in the egg wash. As I say, the egg wash is probably one of the most important, really, because that gets the breadcrumbs to stick. As I say, if you misdip it with the breadcrumbs, pop it back in again and put the second coating on. And I say, once you've that flour and these breadcrumbs, they'll still last. You know, if you're going to do some a couple of days later, just put them aside, don't throw them out. Just keep them. You know, just pop it on, and there we go. Right. Wash my hands. Get some tongs. We're gonna turn these over. These over. It's going to go a bit higher. I think I had it actually slightly lower. I think I had it about gone up to about 140. And then just keep turning them. What I use as a guide is, you might just see there where the basket bar marks on, because sometimes it's hard to tell, or if I've turned it, has it rolled back again, where you can tell that's the bottom, you've already done that, and you can try again. So let's just give them a couple of minutes and we'll come back.